Possible. It's possible for you to have peace in the midst of chaos. It's possible for you to overcome trauma. It's possible. I'm here to share the spiritual tools and practices so that you can live the possible, just as you need your physical exercises so that your body can show up and function the way you need it to. You need your spiritual exercises so that your soul can do the same thing. Your spirit, perfect, whole, and complete. It is that drop of God that you are. It is the highest part of you. Nothing wrong with it. It is a direct reflection of divinity. Now we come also with the soul. And the soul, that's where we got to do the work, y'all. The soul is that in part of us, the inner part of us that contains our mind. This is how we study it in our community. You may do it differently. So you do what works for you, okay? Your soul is your mind, your thoughts, your intellect, all the knowledge, good, bad, and different, that you've collected, that your thoughts filter through. So, your thoughts, your intellect, how you filter those thoughts, your emotions, your heart, your energy in motion. Your energy in motion, your heart, your feelings, your intuitions, and your will, your your decision making, your final decision making, not final, but your decision making, where you how you then move into a decision or a choice. We call that your soul, and that soul needs exercises so that it can match your spirit, that it can get in alignment with your spirit, with the heart, with the highest part of you. So just as you give your body exercises, you give your soul exercises. All right. Well, greetings and blessings to each of you. I'm so delighted that you're sharing in the midday moment. To all of the replay people, blessings and goodwill to you. To all of the live people, thank you so much for tuning in. So, listen, I don't have a magic potion. I'm sharing very vulnerably and transparently every day. Somebody told me I get on here and had a nerve to share my business. Okay, it's some stuff I keep, a little close. Okay, just because everybody can't take all of you. All right, but I do tend to be a bit vulnerable and transparent to encourage you, because where I am and how I'm living, the peace that I'm living in the midst of the chaos that's around me right now. How I do that is through these spiritual practices. All right. Now, a lot of times I call the spiritual practice very generically your meditation work or your prayer work. But we work with 12 sets, okay, 12 sets of spiritual practices. We've been highlighting a set each month this year for 2026. And so I've been reviewing them here with you. And so I'm just going to do a quick review again, and then we'll get into the affirmation. I'm studying affirmations in the midday moment as a part of the spiritual exercise. All right. So we have reviewed or introduced to you in January visioning, visualization, and daydreaming. Pay attention to your night dreams, daydreaming, visualing, visioning, visualizations, and dreaming. Pay attention to your night dreams, pay attention to your daydreams, your visualizations, and pay attention to, or your visioning, and pay attention to how you chart vision boards, document what you're documenting about your hopes, your dreams, your desires. That's a part of your prayer work. Okay. You are it before you become it. You are it before it manifests. And so we do, that's a part of your prayer work, your spiritual exercise, fellowship, networking, and mentoring. Who you hanging with? Who are you spending time with? Okay, your fellowship, your networking, your mentor, or lack thereof. That's important. You're reading, studying, and researching all sorts of subjects that impact your life. That's important. Okay, don't be afraid to read. Get into some history, some financial books, health books, whatever, real estate, money. Okay, whatever you need, health. Okay, fasting, forgiving, and feasting. That's a part of our prayer work. Knowing when we need to pull back, when we need to let something go temporarily or permanently, and put some other stuff in there, and also release what we need to let go of permanently in thought, feelings, and so forth. Scriptures, denials, affirmations. You can use We use the Bible to do scriptures, denials, affirmations. Certainly, you're not glued to that, so we demonstrate some of that. I actually been studying, working with the book of affirmations. So we're going to continue with that today. Stewardship of time, talent, treasure. That's a part of your prayer work. Who gets your time? Who gets your talent? Who gets your treasure? Mindfulness, being being in the present moment, meditation, being able to focus for a period of time on a particular idea, thought, concept, dream, breathing, your deep conscious cleansing breaths, so that you can breathe and center yourself, and be where you need to be. Okay. And then this month, stillness, movement, and prayer postures, knowing when to be still, when to just hold, and when you need to do some movements in faith, and when you need to enact your body very intentionally for prayer and meditation, to operate in the highest consciousness that you can in that moment. All right, so those are some examples from the spiritual tools. All right, so very specifically about affirmations, we've been working together in the midday moment with affirmations from this catalog of affirmations called Kingdom 365. Kingdom refers to a number of things, but it refers to what we call a system of operation, a divine system of operation. Okay, a divine system of operation that is, it's a way of being, seeing, thinking, understanding that you are a divine expression in the earth. Starting with that, and then working through what that means in terms of your thought process, your vocabulary, how you hear, how you listen, how you posture yourself. And so we've been working with these kingdom affirmations. Plug up the computer before it cuts off. Plug up the computer. So we've been working with these kingdom affirmations, and we're going to keep working with them today as I plug up the computer so it does not shut down. So we're going to keep working with the affirmations today. Today is day 224. Day, plug up, boom. There you go. Plug up, get in there. Get in there. Get in there. Did we get it? Yep. No. Go. Okay. All right. We're in. We're connected. So today is day 224 of 2026. It is the 224th day of 2026. And we're going to be working with the affirmation today. So I so enjoyed the last set of affirmations. Ooh, my goodness. I really did. And I really enjoyed going in a little bit more on day 223. Okay, well, today is 224. So 224. I am not a victim. I am a victor, becoming a vector. Now, I had to go to the dictionary. Okay. I am not a victim. I'm not stuck in what happened to me. I am a victor. I am victoriously moving forward, claiming my victory, and becoming a vector. Now, y'all, I had to do a little bit of something, okay? So I had to look up the word vector. This is not a word that I use, and so I needed to look it up. The definition of vector: a vector is a quantity. I am not a victim. I am a victor, becoming a vector, becoming a quantity that has both a size, magnitude, and a direction. Think of it as an arrow. The length of the arrow shows the size, and where it points shows the direction. Common examples include velocity, force, mhm, magnitude, and direction, used to show movement speed with a heading or a push and a pull. My dad likes to say that everything you experience, it is designed to pull you up, push you out, and position you exactly where you need to be. Sounds like a vector to me. That everything that you experience, every victimization that you experience, you cannot get stuck in that victimization, therefore not be a victim, but be a victor, using that situation to then push you into being a vector, pushing you to be in one of magnitude and direction. because everything comes to pull you up, push you out, and position you for where you need to be. Background scripture is 2 Corinthians 2 and 14. Now thanks be unto God, which causes us to triumph in Christ and maketh manifest the savor, or I like to say, the aroma of God's knowledge, of God's care, of God's grace, of God's mercy. Everything in your life is coming with an option for you to let it pull you up, push you out, and position you right where you need to be. I'm going to end with this. I posted it on Facebook because I was scrolling yesterday, and I saw a little biographical clip of Marla Gibbs. Marla Gibbs, known for one of her most popular roles as Florence on the sitcom The Jeffersons, the TV sitcom here in the States called The Jeffersons, that I watched when I was a little girl. And then she also had another successful sitcom called 227. And in the biographical sketch, it talks about her going through um, years of sexual abuse, and how common this was in various households, how common it was, when women did not publicly have as much, um, they weren't celebrated, and listened to, were not esteemed as much as we are now, and yet still building and learning how to esteem each other, but it was less during her childhood, and so the women suspected and knew things were happening because it happened to them, but did not know how to survive and protect their children at the same time, and be without a husband. Remember, men, women, even here in the United States during that time, and especially Black women, no, you were not allowed to get a bank account in your name, a credit card in your name. So any measure of resilience and survival was truly miraculous. That's why, even by going back to the biblical story of the woman at the well, and people look at her in all sorts of ways. I don't look at her as being promiscuous. I look at her as working the system the best she knew how, with the 5 husbands and the sixth by the time she has this supposed conversation with Jesus. And so, anyways, Marla talks about how she grew up and she had a feisty voice and was often told that her voice was the problem. And then she lands the role Florence on the Jeffersons, and boy, did that voice have purpose. It was sharp, it was firm, it was witty, it was everything it needed to be, and it came from that place. It came from the place of her life experiences. It came from what had an option to just be victimization, that she had an option to just get stuck in being a victim, but she pressed and pressed to be a victor, and to take everything that was in her and turn it into something. Turn it into a vector, magnitude, and direction. I speak over you that everything you went through, you have the option. And I pray for your strength and your support system, some of the things we talked about, your network. I pray for your network, your inner strength, your fellowship, your mentorship. I pray that you find the strength through these spiritual exercises to not be a victim, but to be victorious and to be a vector. I'm yielding to the same in my life. Thank y'all so much for joining with me in the midday moment. I bless you. You don't have to be stingy. Like and share, y'all. Like and share, and make sure you subscribe to the KAN TV, the KAN YouTube station, Kingdom Access Network. That is the hub for the midday moment. It lives there. You may find it and be introduced in other places, but it lives at the Kingdom Access Network YouTube channel. All right, so join us there. We've got a telethon coming up in September. Yes, we do. So y'all start pulling those dollars and quarters and dimes and stuff together, because I'm going to be asking you to support. All right, so get it together. You can. Yes, we can. All right, I love you. I bless you. Y'all take care. Blessings. Bye.